Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. I am back. If you were like, wow, I thought you were done for the day, I was just wanted to close that stream out and figure out what I'm doing with myself because, just frustrations of the game, not being able to keep up, that stuff gets to you. But hey, I gave it a shot, a fair go. And I just wasn't able to do it. That's just how the game is sometimes. And so now I'm just ready to grind and figure out what to do with the resources I lost. I went in. I wasn't entirely sure I could do it, especially considering I don't have an answer to certain fights or certain nodes. An Annihilus on a 80% shrug was probably one of the worst matchups I could have had. I feel like I would have had a much better shot with Quake if I had didn't have to worry about an 80% shrug. So what are you gonna do? That's life for you. But we're back. We're back just to hang out. It's only 7:30. Might need to turn the air conditioner on in my house. Open a door or something. Hey, Double P, how's it going? I hope things are going well for you. Don't mind me, I'm chewing on a root beer barrel. Probably shouldn't chew on them, but damn, I love chewing on them. Squirrel Girl crystals? You piqued my interest. Ah. Yeah, see, if it was anyone besides Mr. Tin Man, maybe I'd give those a shot. But I'm not really interested in him. I'm sorry to hear that you had some bad luck, though. That's never exciting. Yeah, Double P. That was me wailing out, and it definitely goes to show Kabam is much friendlier to whales. Turns out that if you whale out, luck rate improved to 1,000%. Maybe not 1,000%, but definitely luck rate improves with the larger amount of money you're willing to spend. How's it going, Lanky King? Yeah, Double P, I'm not gonna pull a crystal like that. I'm not too hyped about Squirrel Girl. I do want to see something, though. She has this, No, Legacy's dad opened a crystal for him? Double P, I'll have to check that out later tonight. That's pretty badass. Just knowing his dad opened a crystal for him is really cool. Let alone that he pulls a Nick Fury when he did it. Did his dad recognize the character? Or was he just like, ooh, I got you the guy with the eye patch? My dad would probably say something like, I got you the pirate. Even though my dad is more than aware of Marvel, lore, etc. Oh, that's great. That was Legacy's first Nick Fury too. What a good time. What a good moment to share. I mean, if I had the following Legacy had, I think I'd be able to convince my dad to open a crystal too. So, dad luck stepping in to pull what some fans would claim is the ultimate dad. It's a good time. Thanks for letting me know. I'll have to check that out. I've gone a little bit nuts with this store. I bought the tier 2 alpha. So now I have the materials to rank 5 a champion. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So I have a few more options. I think my next buy will probably be the 6-star shards or the 5-star shards. Since that's all I'm shy of. Like, I'm really close to another 5-star. And I should get my next 6-star this month. Just kind of dragging my feet on that one. But I kind of like it. Why double P? Have you already bought out like half the shop already? I think people can easily get like what 400,000 nuts already. So that's a good time. You know, if there wasn't an excess of materials, I wouldn't have bothered. My rank 5 options are Nick Fury, Clairvoyant, Quake. I think those are the only 3 I'm really looking at right now. And the thing I'm holding off on is like once I do this rank 5 double P, that's it for my tier 2 alpha. So I'd be like 2 to 3 months out from another rank up. So kind of being stingy. Mostly because I kind of want to tackle Act 6 before 2 months are up. And I'd really like this rank 5 to make a huge difference. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but I think I'm still not really sure. Double P, I know they're all solid choices. That's what makes this decision so bloody hard. We'll see. I'm going to get the Awakening Gem here. I decided I'm gonna use the rank 4 Quake to push variant 2. I wanted to rank 5 her for variant 2, but I decided, you know, rank 4 and a boost, she's probably good enough. I don't need her rank 5 for that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at so far. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Double P, is I do run Nick Fury with Captain Marvel movie, but most times I'm just afraid to use him to begin with. And it's not like I use him with Captain Marvel movie in anything like where I feel like I would really want the rank 5, like Alliance Quest or Alliance War. The only reason I think about bringing Nick Fury to rank 5 is for his bleed, because I don't really have a better bleed champion. And there are like bleed specific paths in Act 6 that I need to think about. And like Medusa, that final boss Medusa, I believe is like a do you bleed Medusa. So yeah, Double P, I'm sorry you don't have her yet, but one day, if you believe in Kabam and you eat all of your vegetables, then Kabam Mike might give you one. But Kabam Mike has been known to be kind of a disappointing father figure, so I also wouldn't hold my breath. You went nuts for this? No? Okay. It's an exploration. Oh, you get the nuts. That's okay. Ooh, that was a good crack. Yeah, unfortunately, Double P, that sacrifice usually has to come in the form of want. I made my sacrifice to Kabam lately, and he gifted me with a 6-star Stealth Suit Spider-Man. So, sacrificial lambs were very good. It would appear that I appeased my overlord. I don't remember what path I said I would take. Probably gonna let someone else take this Stealth Suit. Right. Alright, so I said I'd take up path 6. Someone already died to this Stealth Suit. What? Buff toggle unstoppable, power focus 2, breakthrough. Alright, here we go. Take him out real quick. Thank you. Unstoppable does not mean you can't be hit still. And then I think I said I'd take path 6. Not the greatest fight on a Stealth Suit, but let's see, 736. Sorry, I don't have enough energy to move to the right, but I can move this first energy. In Double P, in story completion, I've done a completion run of Act 6.1, and I have everything in Act 5 completed, like fully explored, except for the collector. So, do what we can. And I need to do the collector, you know, however many times except for, you know, the one time. Yeah, I haven't even touched 6.2 yet, Double P. Ooh, hopefully, I think this means you're gonna offer me some solid rank up advice. That would be appreciated. I mean, for the record, though, Claire Quake and Nick Fury are not my only options for rank 4, for rank 5. I know this Nick Fury is not awakened, but I'm holding that generic still. For champion, I will probably use Clairvoyant, and I have a rank 2 Symbiote Supreme. So, Colossus will be rank 4 soon. My roster's pretty stacked. I think the thing I like really want to see still is Omega Red. And that's less so for questing or anything and more so for like personal use in like Alliance Quest, maybe Alliance War here or there. Nothing too crazy. Have you done Act 6.2 already, Double P? Super fun to play. I am really, really excited to have that Guillotine 2099 max rank. Why a good Mystic, Double P? Why is that the gate? Do you mean like a really good anti-buff champion? Like Sim Supreme, Clairvoyant, Dr. Doom? How's it going, Uranium? Yeah, this is actually stream number 2. I already did my first stream for the day. I kind of like split it up because it's 2 completely different forms of content. I did give a cornucopia 4 stars only a shot. And, you know, I think I performed about as expected, unfortunately. So... yeah, Double P, that seems pretty reasonable. You know, especially because, like, once you have the hard paths down, then you can actually prioritize the explorations. So I know where you're coming from. Uranium, that's pretty solid. Yeah, I definitely feel like the first 5 fights are totally reasonable, and then the 6 fights, like the first tough one, like the real challenge, and then fight number 7 and fight number 8 is where you start hitting a roadblock. Yeah. Uranium, even with 2 revives, I couldn't get past the 8th fight. I have a 80% debuff Shrug Annihilus sitting there. Vision Arcus is a pretty tough one too. A lot of times, I think a lot of people's response to Vision Arcus is just damage. And unfortunately, if you don't have that, you know, it's not a good time. Those 6 fights, you're probably still coming up ahead, right? So you're still getting 18,000 or so, right? So, right, 2,000 for the first 3, 4,000 for the second 3. You're sitting at around 18,000, 19,000 acorns, which is still more than you would get from a master's completion. And literally, acorns are the only rewards. Yeah, 20,000. So, when acorns are literally your only reward, you know, might as well do less fights in uncollected. We'll see. Yeah, I gotta open a door. Hold on. I'm like really weird. I'm like super hot, but I still wear a blanket when I sit. So I need to make it colder in the house in order to make it so that I can comfortably sit here with a blanket. How's it going, Moon Girl Gamer? Welcome to the stream. You're missing all the fun stuff. The Infinite Arena grind. Damn, straight up just shut down without even giving him a chance. Sorry, Double P. Looks like you're going to have to not talk to this person. I'm not cheating on you. I am faithful. Uh-oh. It's like a reality TV show, but on a live stream. No, Uranium. I gotta grind Arena during the week. Units, ISO, gold. Mostly gold. I'm hoping to do Variant 2 this weekend, Uranium. But I have to work Saturday, so that is up in the air. I already did the full completion of Variant 2 Uranium. It'll be a stream for a full exploration. I have Chapter 1 explored. And I have, like, part of Chapter 2 done. But otherwise, I just have one path in every quest. Are you reading this? Yeah, Uranium. The Uranium 2 is actually proving harder than I thought, too. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a good tactic for most players to have. Plus, like, after you've grabbed your completion, you've done the easiest path, you don't really get rewards until you do an exploration. So, there's no real point in doing the easy stuff first, since the gate is going to be the difficult content anyways. Nice, Uranium. Who are you planning to bring into Variant 3? What's your roster selection? Ghost, yep. Yep. I'm not a fan of Iron Man Infinity War for the King. Sentinel's good, but I feel like Iron Man Infinity War, I feel like he's just not the greatest option. Double P, I haven't seen any. Like, I've seen pots in the beginner through heroic, but I have not seen pots in the epic or in the master difficulty yet. So have you done like an exploration of one of the chapters, Uranium, or have you only done like one quest in each chapter? The stun immune MODOK actually isn't that bad. Bring Sentinel. Um, Sentinel definitely makes mincemeat of that guy. You kind of just attack into his block until he builds up to a special 1. You evade the special 1. You punish it, break his auto block, with 1 hit, dash back, intercept. You do like a backdraft, and then you can go into an SP2. It's a really good time, actually. Hi, Joe Mama. Yeah, I'm back. I actually came back immediately. I didn't really do a good job of explaining, but I kind of had the intentions of coming back the whole time. Yeah, and you probably didn't get a notification because YouTube likes to troll. Ah, power gain path. Did you not just use Ghost Hood synergy? Yeah, I do remember it being a Beefy or Sim Supreme. I don't remember. Damn, LJ, you still did the Human Torch rank 4. How's he feel? Yeah, that Sim Supreme I can see. Nice, Joe Mama. Have you given her any like testing yet? Cause even on Awaken, the Unawaken's the invulnerability, but just for like questing purposes, Nick Fury Captain Marvel movie, it's like one fight of ramp up, and then every other fight after that just ends on a special 2. It's a really good time. Good LJ, Human Torch. He definitely deserves that rank up. So I approve of your selection. And Tom Claysons, apologize if I said your name wrong. Please feel free to correct me. But how's it going? How is Belgium this time of year? Because I'm in New Jersey and right now it's freaking cold. So that's how it is over here. There we go. The 5 stars are coming up now, but we're not too proper happy about those. So we'll spend some time elsewhere. How's mining going?
I ran out of materials. I'm just refusing to go grind out the materials.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Your field. Yeah, uranium. The king is a lot less stressful. Well, if you don't make mistakes. But the king is a lot less stressful if you just commit to bringing revives and just quitting out of the fight if you make a mistake. But it's easy for me to talk. He hardcore memed me on my last run-in with a Kang, so I understand how you mentioned feeling frustrated. Damn, it's hot over there. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to choose, I'd stick with cold, so I'm not envious, that's for sure. Is it normally cold for you this time of year in Belgium? Yeah, double P. That's exactly what we're talking. That fun and interactive can't heal block node. Well, unless you bring Warlock or Mysterio. Damn, 5-star Wasp is awesome. Your family just pulls all your crystals, don't they, Joe Mama? Wasp is so cool. I have no appreciation for her because I don't even have her ranked up beyond a 3-star. But she's definitely really solid. Ah, Uranium, that's rough with the Warlock. I definitely did not like Iron Man Infinity War as a counter personally. I feel like I felt like he was really stressful. Like once you get him ramped up, of course, and if you're running Stealth Suit Spider-Man, even better. But personally, I wasn't a fan. Yeah, so that's why I don't like Iron Man Infinity War. Man, 10 degrees Celsius, that sounds like some good weather. Yeah, Uranium. I memed the Kang for the most part. And I just revived Ghost, Special Toed, and then quit the fight. Wow. You're going to go for a 6-star feature, Joe Mama. Let me know how that goes. I'm always excited for featured pulls, even though I'll never do one myself. Yeah, Uranium definitely needs to be awakened to get that, so it's going to make a big difference. See, there's one use case of Awakened Ghost being way better than Unawakened. I think the community is still kind of realizing how valuable that Awakened ability is. I feel like a lot of people are aware, but I feel like a lot of people aren't. Yeah, even with the power boost, like you're probably just better off bringing like Sentinel or something, and then just spamming special twos. Personally, that's what I think. You might find that to be quite a bit of a better time. I was being really stingy. I'm like new to the whole boosting thing with like the power boosts and all that stuff. Like I think my rogue fight with Ghost was one of the first one. Ah, it's a 440. Yeah, that makes a big difference. But even still, just spamming infinite incinerates will get good damage on. You know. And I'm sure if you're patient enough, you should be able to bring him up to rank 5. I don't regret rank 5ing my Sentinel. Yeah, Uranium, the thing to remember is that Sentinel does have a shock on the heavy. So Sentinel kind of has multiple options of stopping the heal on Kang. That's what makes him so good. Clayson, I'm kind of hoping the Namor rebalance or nerf or whatever Kabam decides to do. I'm kind of hoping it's just like a top end damage nerf. But personally, I don't think anything they do to him will be too bad. But my guess is it's a top end damage change or like a cap on the top end to prevent any kind of like power boosting memes for like Abyss of Legends. The Mr. Sinister and the Ebony Maw fights. Those ones were rough. I think for Mr. Sinister, I still ended up using Ghost. But yeah, the Ebony Maw fight was definitely kind of rough. So, in order to buff Torch, I think all they have to do is make it so he gets his persistent charge back every single fight on Max Awakened, and then he'd be worth it. I think changing up that Awakened ability could really make him a lot better. That's it. Yeah, Uranium. So essentially, to fight Mr. Sinister with Ghost, you literally just hit him 4 times every time, and then you phase. You don't special. You never special 2. You only build up to special 3s. And then you just wail on him. It's not like the easiest fight, but the major thing to remember is that like your phase is gonna, you use your phase to essentially auto dodge the special 1, and it's a really easy fight from there. It's a little bit longer. There are better options, but that's really all there is to it. And if Mr. Sinister has any kind of like boosted regeneration, you don't do medium intercepts. You do like a light attack and then a medium and then 2 lights and then you phase. Or like light, medium phase. Some kind of form of 4-hit combo like that. And then you mostly rely on your special 3 for big damage. And like I said, from there it's a really easy fight. Hey Adam Bomb, I'm glad that you like the channel. I do what I can to keep it, fun and informative if I can. Well, LJ, it depends on how hard you think the event is, but if you check out my 4 stars only run of the complete the epic event, or sorry, of the uncollected event this month, you'll see Corvus, he wrecked through I think 66% of the quests. The first 4 quests just absolutely memed through them. So I still think a rank 5 4-star Corvus Glaive can do some insane amount of work. But I don't think you run suicides, LJ, so I'm probably going to advise against it. Uranium, you can use Ghost against Killmonger. It's just not the best of times. The nice thing is that you're never stunning, so you don't get that power gain on him from it, but you still take that huge reverberation damage. So that's something to be really careful of before you get wrecked. I have no desire to run my 5 stars today. But we gotta do it. For Killmonger and Tech, I would bring. Why don't you just use Iron Man Infinity War against the Killmonger and then get a heavy off to prevent the reverberation? With a generic gem, are you talking about Captain Marvel movie, average Nintendo fanboy? I'm going to assume you're talking Captain Marvel movie, but I would say either Awaken, Havoc. I would awaken Captain Marvel movie if you have Nick Fury. If you don't have Nick Fury, I would maybe save it. If you have 199 Six Stones to dump into Namor, he's definitely worth a generic if you're gonna max him out. But if you don't have the intention of maxing him out, again, I would save. And then lastly, Havoc's not really worth a generic. He's definitely worth a mutant in my opinion. But if you're a huge fan of Havoc, I think the big thing to think about with him is that it's nice to have. So that's my thoughts on that. Hopefully that helps. If I can get some answer to some questions, I can be, more of use. Uranium, if you're only using her for one fight, I wouldn't even bother bringing the Nick Fury synergy. You don't really need it for one fight. You mostly need it if you plan on using her to like clear path. Atom Bomb, Nick, not for Domino so much as for Nick Fury, but I don't think you need max deep wounds to really feel the benefit. Personally, I feel like deep wounds kind of caps efficiency at 3 to 4 points. But if you have the units to pump in the 5th, you definitely are still getting huge gains out of that 5th point. So Yvonette, the Stealth Suit Spider-Man 6-star is amazing. I absolutely love him. So probably not going to rank 2 anytime soon, but still super psyched. Like, for a first 6-star out of a Cav Crystal, that was a solid pull. Yeah, average Nintendo fanboy, I would hold off if you plan on doing Namor then, because the difference between no Thorns damage and a little bit of Thorns damage is really massive. But Captain Marvel movie, if you have Nick Fury, even 1 SIG in Captain Marvel movie is 6 seconds invulnerability, 40 SIGs is 9.6 seconds, and 200 SIGs is 12 seconds. So you can see how the gain really spikes at that 1 SIG, and then, it's kind of a low gain from there. As far as status on Namor, we're still waiting on information. So we know that the nerf or rebalance is happening in February, but we haven't received actual information yet, unfortunately. Atom Bomb, you're probably going to want like 3 points at least in deep wounds. But the nice thing about Domino is you don't really need any masteries. So yeah, Univanet, if you want to email Kabam and tell them I'm happy to trade my 6-star Stealth Suit Spider-Man for a 6-star Guillotine 2099, I would happily trade. Good to know, Double P. I do think Stealth Suit Spider-Man's Awakened ability is maybe a little bit undervalued. 40% potency on a Fury buff is no small quantity. Yeah, Joe Mama? I'm emailing him to help you. Damn, Yvonne. Well, I appreciate that. Here I thought you were emailing Kabam to make things worse for me. Little did I know you were trying to be nice. I appreciate that. You know, kindness is a rare trait in people these days. And not one I expect. Oh, wait. I get it. Are you nuts? Ha! Like the event. I hope that was intentional. That was really delayed, but I figured it out. Really, 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 really late. Is Squirrel Girl a character from the 90s? Can anyone answer? Does anyone know Squirrel Girl lore? Sorry, I'm like choking on this lemon drop. Ha! Well, given that there's who was it? Man, it's Hobbes versus Rousseau. That's who it is. The two philosophers, whether or not we are inherently good or inherently evil. I believe Thomas Hobbes believed that humans were inherently evil, and Rousseau believed that humans were inherently good. I might have that flipped around, but it sounds like you are of the evil ladder. I'm a dirty qualifier. I think it's both. I think humans are born either inherently good or inherently evil, and then the rest of society shifts us one way or the other depending on how we are. But I think that each individual person is born one way or the other. I love lemon drops. Things are so damn good. Uranium, you're probably right. That rogue fight tilted me full tilt. I had to pop a boost to get through that one. Wow, what is that? I was mid-special and you evaded. Yeah, it's definitely taken a downturn. But hey, we could be the change. We could be the start of a difference. Probably not, but damn, 3%. All that effort for nothing. But uranium, even Kabam is probably made of both sides. Because we got that rogue fight, and that was brutal. But then, you know, we got like that Holiday Awakening gem. And that was nice. So, Bam's probably got both sides tugging at the strings, keeping us in this awkward limbo. I think personally, Uranium, I think variants are meant to be completed before Cavalier, but I'm of the opinion that the variants are meant to be explored after a Cavalier push. Right? Because, like, if you do a variant 2, a variant 3, and even maybe say a variant 4 completion, you get quite a few, 9 2 to 3 gems and 3 to 4 gems. That's going to put you at least a minimum of 3 rank 4 5 stars, but you probably have at least 5 with those 3. And that's going to put you with a roster to take on Cavalier. So I personally think that people should push Cavalier before doing explorations. Variant 1 is its whole other thing, but that existed in the state of the game when I feel like the game was just a little bit harder back then. You know. Even I could go for days on the philosophy of humankind. It was one of my favorite topics to discuss in school. I mean, to an extent, Uranium. Like I said, you're getting 3 rank 4s. And remember that the expectation with a game like this is not that people are like sitting here grinding it like crazy like I am. So, and even then, like, Cavalier is a lot easier to get than people think. I think a lot of people might hold it on a pedestal. That Crossbones fight, a little bit tough. But really, all you need is, like, one really, really strong powerhouse. And then you can, like, hard push Cavalier and force your way through it. Jamomo, that's a pretty good perspective. It's pretty hard to argue a middle ground argument like that. Uranium, even with a good roster, it can still be a little bit of a challenge. Well, we'll see. I plan on touching Act 6 after I've done my Variant 2 exploration, so that's when I'll go back and I'll see the frustration. But that is an inevitable part of this game. Yeah, you are right about that. Alright, well, remind me not to mess with Joe Mama's family. He protects his crystal openers. Full defender. Yeah, but the difference between an exploration of the variance uranium and like a completion run, they're two completely different things. Like all of the variants, excluding variant 1, were made with a mindset to allow the players to get a relatively easy completion and a moderately hard exploration. Like that's just the way they were made. So that's why I'm of the opinion that, you know, Act 6 Cavalier is easier than Variant. You know, you're right, Act 6 is harder. I mean, longer, but longer doesn't necessarily necessitate easier. So. And I know roster and is partially luck, don't get me wrong. Like, but it's also partial inevitability, right? You know, when you play the game and you do uncollected exploration, you get, you know, you grind out the whole event. You know, in the side event here, we have a whole 5-star crystal. If you're grinding the arena, you know, you should usually see 1 to 3 more 5 stars, you know, every month. So in a good month like this, you should see somewhere between 3 and 5 stars. If you're grinding the arena and like making strong pushes, and you know, if you're seeing five stars a month, I doubt that anyone would go 6 months without having some kind of a roster, at least selection, capable of tackling Cavalier. Damn, Yvonne, to me, it's like, I feel like the society would vote yes, only because not many people would take it seriously. So you have a lot of people who would say yes, even though they don't really know what they're looking into. You know? Yeah, uranium, that's fair. Variant 3 and Variant 4, though, like the fact that you have a ghost and a sentinel, those make those, like, that makes Variant 3 a whole different world. And then Variant 4, I definitely feel was made to be approachable so long as you have like a 1-star Hulk. Because if you have a 1-star Hulk, that quest is that variant is completely reasonable to do. Roster selection wise, you know, when you're looking at a star gated variant where the 5 and 6-star gates are the first 2 quests, the shortest and lowest hero rating chapters, you know, it just kind of opens the doorway for that to be explored first by a lot of people. So I could see a strong argument for doing explorations of that before Cavalier, but even if it costs you a good handful of units, I think Cavalier is worth the push just like Uncollected is. You know. That's a fair point, Uranium, but again, you know, I would counter argue that maybe you should start looking into making your your masters a little bit better, you know? And for the record, I used a 4-star maxed ghost in my variant 3 push personally, and that champion is totally beast. Philosophy is what I was referring to, and I just really like the theoretical conversation and the way it brings out like very strong opinions from people on a topic that a lot of times usually ends up not mattering. Like the end result of the debate almost has no impact on like the world around us, and it's like a little fishbowl conversation, to be exact. Genjo Mama, I feel like you forget that you can't use 4 stars to push Cavalier. But yes, one rank 4 5-star just insane monster can definitely push you the most of the way to get Cavalier. Yeah, Uranium, that's fair. I just feel like investing in your masteries first is something that every player should do. But I don't fault you for wanting to get that variant 3 exploration done if you're already, considering how far you already are in. So, but in the long run, it could have saved you units. Even not in like the sense that people's opinions and mindsets, just in the sense that like, right, so if we debate are humans inherently good or inherently evil, whether or not our debate comes to an end doesn't change the fact that we both wake up tomorrow and move on with our lives. In that regard, you know, we don't have to have any kind of what the heck just happened? Hello. I don't know what just happened, but hi people. Welcome to the stream. Who is Beard Gang? Because the only beard person I think of is Captain America Infinity War. Okay. Is Captain Bay Beard Gang? Is that what the raid is? Awesome. I'm getting tons of help. Captain Bay is. Okay. Does Captain Bay have a beard? Yeah, even not that it's empty dialogue, just that like at the end of the day, a debate on philosophy most likely won't start in any wars. Hi, Captain Bay. Nice to meet you. Well, thanks for raiding. Never been any good at raiding, but you know, it's good to have you here. I'll do you the courtesy of checking you out. I've seen your videos around, but there's so many YouTubers, it's hard to keep everybody straight. For me, it's like, it's tough. Not great with names, good with faces kind of a person. Ooh, that was a good crack. Nice and audible. Beard Gang. I do want to know, did you come up with the name Beard Gang, or did someone else bestow it upon you? Yeah, I love that there's so many though, Captain. Like, I try to watch as many channels as I can, dip my hands into as many videos as I can, because you know the truth is I'm stuck here grinding for like 3 hours a day. That I've got all the time in the world to enjoy content. So I definitely take my time and enjoy it. Uranium Darkhawk activates shield mode whenever he gets knocked down. So yeah, if you special 2, it will trigger it. If you special 3, it'll trigger it. My suggestion, if you're using Ghost versus Darkhawk, is build up to as close to a special 3 as possible, then throw your SP2, and then try to bait like a special from him, and then move into like a parry heavy playstyle until you can get back up to a special 2, and then your second special 2 from there should end the fight. Not as friendly when we're talking about an unawakened ghost, but I do know it's very friendly of a strategy with an awakened ghost. Yeah, the shield mode activates after he's knocked down. So as long as you haven't like heavied him or knocked him down from like anything else before, then you don't have to worry about the shield mode. Yvanet, I think it's I don't think there's a shift either direction. I think it just comes down to what you're exposed to. You know, if you're exposed to a lot of evil tendency, you know, you might shift evil, and if you're exposed to a lot of good tendency, you know, you might shift good. And part of that is just luck. You know, not everybody experiences the same fortune as everybody else, and not everybody experiences the same misfortune. You know, and even then you could experience some good fortune and be surrounded by evil people. You could experience some, you know, good fortune and be surrounded by people like Bill Gates. All right, the 4 stars are coming up. That's our priority. Just like featured Grandmaster crystals. Double P, you are absolutely right. But I'm totally game to keep all the luck there. I don't share. But there is an infinite amount of luck to go around. So I feel like people are probably more apt to take my luck than anything else. Double P would know. I would know. Sweet, sweet, sweet 6-star out of a Cavalier Crystal just yesterday. You know, it's crazy. It was just yesterday, and I still want to go open up like 20 more crystals. Yeah, Double P. I know I would like to approach life's obstacles with a nice set of bullets from above, like Nick Fury. If I could just do a tactical call down, I think life would be pretty good. You know, imagine you're sitting in traffic, call a helicopter, no traffic. Get to say to the world, what obstacles? Oh, he's not dead. Awkward. Hands down, I would say Ghost. Getting all three of those on the same day, though, that's really awesome. That's like a really exciting day, but also super frustrating when you pull like three of the same class. But hands down, Ghost. Not even a question for me, especially since you've already ranked up the Warlock. Darkhawk's not even really worth ranking up until Awaken, to be honest. And even then, Ghost will just do so much more for you. Yeah, but even that, how many people can say they're fully self-aware and have full control of their own self-identity? Ooh, look at that lag. I'll fix that. Hold on. There we go. Ooh, one-handed dexing. Double P, what was the result of your Myers-Briggs test? I guess I should share first. I'm ENFJ. If that helps. I don't fully believe in the Myers-Briggs testing, but it's fun to talk about. If Double P doesn't beat me to it, given that Myers-Briggs test is a personality test, it's a fundamental belief that there are four major personality traits that or classifications: introverted, extroverted, intuition based, or like sensing. Shoot, I forget the other four, but essentially it's four classes, and then you lean one way or the other, and it matches up to 16 different major personality traits. Yeah, Uranium, you're right about that, but Cavalier like variant is, you just got to get the one clear. It's just like Uncollected. I feel like a lot of people, when they push for Uncollected, it was very unforgiving. They use units to force their way through. But you grab that title, and then you walk away from the chapter, not to be touched again until you've got a strong enough roster to handle them. And Double P, you would be mythical at that point. Joe Mama, I don't know what that is either. There's a lot to be said for personality types matching up, Double P. Oof, I gotta close this door. Sorry about that. Open the door to get it colder in here. Gotta close it so it doesn't freeze. Yeah, even I don't feel like it's I don't think it's like that. I just think it's fun to talk about. Personally, it's interesting. That's fair, Uranium. But that Crossbones fight is comparatively difficult as the Kang and the Rogue fight. Like, you've already cleared the Rogue. Rogue is a very similar fight in frustration, right? You don't have to have a bleed immune. That's true, but you have to have either insane enough damage or some way to handle and mitigate the healing on the Rogue consistently. Crossbones, and on that Rogue, you typically want to bring tech or suffer 50% reduced damage, right? Crossbones, the roster is, instead of limiting you to tech, is limiting you to bleed immune champions, and still has the same regeneration frustration that Rogue did. So, you know, similar points is all. Star-Lord probably would have been pretty good. That Rogue just totally totally walled me. I wasn't at all ready for it because I didn't have any idea that kind of a fight was sitting there. Huh, Jamama. I'll take a look. Let's see, Jordan Peterson. Copy. Copy paste. Cool. So I saved it up in a browser the same way I checked out that element you told me, element like 155 or something. Yeah, Uranium. We'll just have to agree to disagree here, I think. I think that we're focused on different kinds of content. And, you know, I don't feel the need to convince you. Variant rewards are very worthwhile, and if that's going to make you more comfortable in tackling Cavalier, well, then that's the next step, you know? That's the nice thing about this game, different ways to progress. Yeah, element 151. It's pretty cool to read about. I feel like I've actually read about it before. Yeah, energy, variant definitely takes a lot less energy. I'll give you that. It's a whole different level. But normally you just spend units, you know? Units and energy refills. Yeah, Joe Mama, that's the boat I'm in. Well, not the 100% Act 5, but I did do Cavalier before I even touched variants. But that's because you can push Cavalier with like one really strong powerhouse, and that's what I did with Captain Marvel. That was plenty. No nuts busted yet, Rob. I did a cornucopia with 4 stars only, and it did not go out as well as I was hoping. To be honest, wow, why am I getting some like insane lag on my screen? What's going on with this? Good, Joe Mama. If you could do an Act 5 exploration and you've pushed Cavalier, you should definitely have pushed Variant. So I'm glad that I was able to push you into it. I feel like that's how a lot of people are, though. Once they see someone pushing it, they go, oh, that's not so bad. And then they go ahead and they give it a go. That's how I feel when I watch Seaton play. Whenever I watch him, I'm like, whew, that doesn't look that bad. And then I go in and I get absolutely wrecked, and I'm like, oh, this is way worse than I thought. Oh, yeah? Good luck getting a Cosmic, man. Cosmic is stacked. So, I hope that's what you get. I've been in the game for about 7 or 8 months. I have an account progression video from a little before Cyber Monday. I think that was 7 months. So I want to say I've been in the game for a little over 8 months. But do bear in mind that I'm a bit of a whale. I'm not the biggest whale around, but still a whale nonetheless. So, I'm nowhere near free-to-play player for sure. But I can show you real quick. I'm not just a whale. I've got a pretty damn good amount of arena fights in. Yeah, Uranium, I feel like you'll get more life out of the game if you don't buy units to clear content. Typically, I don't like to spend money pushing content clears. Not that I'm opposed to spending money on the game, just that I feel like it's not as fun that way. If I use units I earned in the arena, I don't feel bad. I feel like I earned it. But if I have to buy them with money, then it does definitely feel like a shortcut. But yeah, as far as number of fights in the arena, I'm sitting at almost 79,000. So that's a pretty good amount of arena fights in a short period of time. Fairly satisfied with that. Yeah, you know what that is, Uranium? That's your subconscious saying, hey, I don't have to perform as well. Yeah, because then you're forced to just do it with straight skill. I would still hope that you try to at least have a few energy refills, so that you can push content. If you're having a good day, sometimes you're just on a hot streak. I'm not really great with Hyperion's range. Damn, no. Man, I watched KT1 get the special off of more than just one hit. Yeah, so when you've got that pressure on Uranium, you performed a lot better. All right, let's see. GSN 1910. Give me a hot second and I'll check out your profile. Let me humor you. Who am I kidding? I'm not getting another rotation of 4 stars in a night. Way too late in the night. This one here. That's a solid roster, good sir. Tad bit lacking on the arena fights. A solid roster nonetheless. I do approve of your top 1. I love to see Captain Marvel movie there. Namor probably wasn't worth bringing up to rank 4 on Awakened. But Warlock is definitely solid. Yeah, the first thing I like to do, though, when I check out people's rosters is scroll down to see PvP fights 1,147. Hurting a little bit there. Missing out on some good rewards. Just saying. You know, that's part of the reason my account accelerated so fast. About 15 days into playing the game, I started doing a hard push, like a crazy hard push in the arena. Now, Rob, I know you're trolling me because aren't you the person who let me see like a Max Claire or something last time? Isn't Too Hard for Dayard? Isn't that the clairvoyant? Isn't that the same exact person actually? Oh, I swear, if I look this up and it's the frickin' rank 2 maxed out Claire, I would love a rank 2 6-star Claire. I feel like my decision on my debate on ranking Claire is only so hard because she's not a 6-star. Alright, Rob. I'll have to give it a look then. I just remember strong memories of someone having me look up a profile just to find out it was like this super whale profile. What do you mean, no Starkey? Be nice if I could push 2 million points in this arena tonight. Rob, are we friends on social? Can I just look this way? We're not. Okay, so let me look the Too Hard for Dayard. This one? It's a solid roster, man. You brought Colossus up. Did you sig him up naturally? 195. Wild on that Colossus. Oh yeah, here's your Hyperion. Only 111. You got 195 SIGs in Colossus, but only 111 on Hyperion. You should be telling me Colossus is the answer to everything. Yeah, that's frustrating. Phone compatibility with Marvel Contest of Champions. I hear about that being a problem. And all I can think is that absolutely just sucks. Oh shoot! Hold on. All right. Let me do these while I'm looking. All right, what do we got here? I get Biz. Ah, yeah, Hyperion's nuts. Ooh, give me this Omega Red, please. Oh man, super jealous. Blade's at the top of everybody's profile. 32,000's a respectable amount. Medusa, this is a solid top 4. Blade is like at the top of so many people's rosters. So Mergim, there are plenty of problem fights in variant 4. And in the 1-star quest, straight up, if you don't have a Hulk, don't even think about doing an exploration anytime soon. Rob, I feel like I'm going to be disappointed. How's it going, Lizer? Yeah, Rob, I totally forgot to scroll down and look. I remembered 2 out of 3 times. It really is one of the things I prefer to check out, but I feel like I'm gonna just guess. I'm gonna say you've got somewhere around 60,000. I'll check again after this one. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know, whale over here. Lizer, I'm enjoying the off season myself, and just kind of enjoying this new monthly. So far, I'm doing pretty good. In off season, do you just get to pick your path, or are you still assigned one? Like, is this? Do you guys actually like experiment around and figure stuff out, or is there still pressure to like perform well, just minus the items and boosts maybe? All right, Rob, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to check out your arena fights. Thank you for pointing it out. I totally forgot to look. Because that's, honestly, out of everything on your profile, it's one of the most important. It tells me and the world just how much grinding you actually do in the game. Let's see, too hard. Let's see if it just comes up here. Yeah, there we go. 180,000. Rob, my man. Wow, that was awesome. That was a nice little surprise there. Evenite, I'm not super well versed in that research. Personally, even if it is true, I don't feel how relevant it is. Might be beyond our scope of relevance. Yeah, Lizer, I hope to see you go back to Ghost. I love seeing Cap and I love seeing Warlock in War, but just it hurt me every time. That domino fight just, I don't know. I saw some pretty good takedowns of that domino with Ghost. I wanted to know your thoughts on that. Normally when I see domino in War, I bring Ghost myself. But I just figured Cap was a good answer for that unstoppable and spite. But also, in hindsight, I was like, Ghost is still a really strong answer there. So. Yeah, Uranium. Being alliance-less is also a really good way for people to make strong content pushes. You don't have to worry about your roster being tied up at all. Uh, yeah, I guess to be fair, Yuvanite, I should say relevant to me. I live a pretty complacent lifestyle these days. Um, I used to be very, very ambitious, and I wasn't happy. So, um, you know, I lowered my bar a little bit, decided to opt for focusing on being happy with life before chasing after wild dreams. And now, life is good. You know, I'm married, I'm happy, I eat well, I work well, I enjoy my video games, and overall it's very good. So maybe accessing more than 10% would give us some kind of superpowers, but I don't need that. I like where I'm at. Ah, Lizer. Panaman P with the Ghost. Yeah, so Ghost is a good answer. Unfortunately, that you can't get permission. You can't get permission just because you had a couple of bad run-ins and now your alliance is like, nope, we're gonna have to push you on a different path. Yeah, Lizer, it hurts seeing your profile be Ghost, and then just like seeing your war be like literally everybody but Ghost. Uh, so in the few wars I do see you use Ghost, you've got some great fights with her. So it's a different kind of a play style. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, I watch you take down so many mini bosses, Lizer. I'd be surprised if in your alliance you're not one of the people who can better handle one of the hardest fights in the alliance war for sure. But if it's to relegate you to other paths, then that makes sense. But Lizer, I'm excited to see some Ghost Alliance War gameplay. So feed it to me. I've actually been weaning myself off of Ghost because I feel like I'm a little dependent on her. This Alliance War is a little different. I brought Ghost so I could hopefully snipe the Thing boss. Um, but generally speaking, I've been trying to wean myself off of her. Just I feel like I've been a little too reliant. Good old stretch. I actually think I have 2 energy. Good. You deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of was a little surprised that you were taking path 4 in war, and then still taking out minis. I just felt like every time I watched your war fights that you were using a lot of resources. Not so much because resources aren't necessary for war, but just because you were taking on a lot of hard fights that you really need to be topped off for. You know, and using champions that inevitably take a lot of damage over time. So I don't know. Glad to hear you're bringing in the ghost again. Joe Mama, that sounds like it's straight out of a Haley Seinfeld song. Seinfeld song? Steinfeld? The singer. The singer who makes that song, it's like Love Myself or something. Love Yourself. Yeah, uranium. There's a big damage difference, but at least you don't need it. I mean, but to be fair, there's a huge damage difference with Ghost just from uh, having suicides and not having suicides. Yeah, uranium. Do you know about heavy chaining with Ghost to ramp Furies up before you throw a special two to get like huge damage off of your special two? It's pretty wild. I'm getting better at it. Have a good one, Lizer. Enjoy your food. I wish it was dinner time for me. Could always use a free, use another meal. Not that my body thinks that, just that I do. Active chat today. The Furies feel good too, uranium. So, and you really only need like one or two to really feel a huge benefit out of them. I mean, 4 or 5 is insane. It feels really good, but a solid 1 or 2 Furies is plenty. Ugh, I have to. Can't be listening to Howard the Duck. It drives me nuts. Yeah, while war is going on, Joe Mama, I actually do the same thing. I've really been enjoying using the South Suit Spider-Man in quests. He does some insane amounts of damage, and I've been playing him a little bit differently. I think a lot of people they force the Fury really early, and what I've been doing is I do a 7-hit combo ending on a medium, and then I do a light combo to build the Fury, and then that way my third light combo triggers the Fury. I can immediately throw a special one, proc the precision buff, and I have them both up at the same time on the same timer. It just feels a little bit better to me, you know. And then usually at that point the opponent has a special one. You can dex a special one, start doing your pauses on your timer. Overall, just good times. So, but they're usually dead very shortly after. So, you know, take for it what you will. Wow, not a single auto block there. almost done with the 5-star roster. You waited until variant 3 to learn how to use her properly? I mean, hey, whatever it takes to learn a champion, but I definitely think before variant 3 is a good option. I don't know if I would bring Ant-Man synergy to variant 3 though. Well, in Act 5, Ghost would just be killing everything off a special too, so probably didn't learn anything. Except for maybe Act 5.3, you know, that 50% reduced damage could possibly put you off. Whew. Sitting on a good amount of points today. I should be able to hit my milestone for this on Friday and hopefully push some extra points in the 5-star featured. Yeah. Captain Marvel movie, I wish I had her when I did my first 5.3 push. That's a good question, Yvanite. I'm sure someone has an answer to that psychologically. Right? Something about appreciation, you know, the whole you can't miss what you never lost kind of a thing. Yeah, I'm sure if you were doing that long of a push. I love Ghost versus Morningstar. It's one of my favorite matchups. I just love the free bleeds giving free furies. It's actually something I was interested in. Because the Biohazard Crossbones, you might not even need Wasp Synergy or the ability to Special 2 Intercept to take that Crossbones down. The Furies from the Biohazard node might just ramp your damage enough that you'll be able to take them down naturally. Sunspot is so cool. Yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of people, they do Act 5 in a huge chunk. It's just the way it should be done. Yeah. I had to chunk out 5.3 and 5.4 in multiple days. I personally didn't even have the stamina to go through it. It just was so tedious. Tedious and long. But worth it. Worth the time invested. That's for sure. Alright, that said though, I'm going to finish up this rotation. And then, because my hand's starting to twitch. So, that usually means it's time to call it a night. So I'm going to go open up something. Probably some uncollected arena crystals, because I don't think I have much else. And then I'll call it a good night. So we'll see. Nice uranium. That's a smart way to think about it. Static content, you know? Grab those rewards and then call it quits. All right, yeah, because I don't want any part of the Squirrel Girl crystal. I'm not really super hyped about that. Regular Cav crystals, yeah, but now I do really need to save my units. So we'll pop open 4 of these and see just how lucky we get. I always like to open something at the end. Ugh, that's not even a good amount of gold for 4 crystals. That's rough. Because like 15,000 is the minimum, so that means I probably got like 3 15s and a 35. Oof, that was rough. That said, I'll talk to you all later. So next live stream, I have no idea. I gotta work tomorrow. I know tomorrow's gonna be rough. I got Saturday work, and I know that's gonna be rough. So sometime in the next 3 days, I'll be back. Just kind of depends on how I feel. So that said, I will see you all later. Thanks for being here, and I hope you guys have a great night.